Welcome back to FPRK Radio. That's Fuck Politics, Religion, and Kanye West, the podcast where we talk about all the things we're not supposed to talk about, all the things that pull us apart. Y'all know the deal.
Hey.
It's Fuck Politics, Religion, and Kanye. Today, we're joined by our original guest, first guest ever. Is this your third time back?
This third time?
This is the third time back.
Yeah.
Most people don't even get two. This is the third time back, and obviously because just if y'all haven't been listening, you ain't a long time listener. I started this podcast shortly after doing Jeremy Scippio's podcast.
Yeah.
Kanye had did his bracket.
Yeah.
The Kanye
That's
bracket.
right. Yeah,
That's
the Kanye
right.
bracket.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
serious.
Yeah. And it was before he put the hat on. It was before he did anything crazy.
Yeah.
Niggas was still fucking with Kanye. Everybody was fucking with Kanye. I remember everybody filled their brackets out.
Yeah.
And we were supposed to go over it for 1 hour out of your 2-hour podcast. And ended up doing 5 hours.
Yeah.
I had to come back to the Comedy Store 2 separate times so we could get through this bracket.
There was no way.
Every nigga that came in the room had an opinion too.
Yeah.
None of it being bad. Everybody came in like Kanye's the GOAT. Here's the GOAT tracks and why. It wasn't even. It was no hate back then. Nobody came in on no shit. Everybody just came in like, yo, this nigga's the GOAT, and that's why we doing this bracket.
Pure love and passion.
Pure love and passion. And then months later, he put on the hat. He went to the Trump Towers. He did all this shit. And then since then, it has been a hard schism between people who love Kanye and hate Kanye, and kind of people sprinkled out everywhere in between. So this episode, I had to have you back. One, because the people already know how you feel about politics and religion, so we're not even going to get into that today. Today is 100% dedicated, as the album is, to Donda.
Donda, 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 Donda.
Donda. Somebody was like, they was talking about Drake's opening track, which is fire.
Okay.
It's fire. And they was like, oh, compare this to Kanye's opening track.
Can't do that,
I
guys.
said, nigga, you mean the dedication to his mom on the album that's dedicated to his mom?
You can't do
Like,
that.
that's not the opening
That's
track.
not even-
That's Donda.
Log off.
Yeah, it's like
Unplug.
bro, what is you doing?
It's too deep.
You and his mom. So yeah, today we're going to just be talking about Donda. There's a lot to talk about. I was away for a lot of the running up to it. Like when it came out, I was here.
Okay.
And I went back to the East Coast for like 2.5 weeks,
Okay.
right? And I was like, man, when I left a couple days after the first listening. And I was like, this joint's going to drop, and I'm not going to be able to do a podcast on this because I'm going to be out of town. And then I left town, and then he did the second album release.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, man, this album's going to drop, and I'm still going to be out of town. And then he did the third album release, and I was back in town, and he dropped the album, and he dropped it for my birthday, basically. My birthday was Wednesday. I ain't listened to shit but Donda for like 3-4 days. Really up until last night, I ain't been listening to nothing but Donda. And as you walked in, I had it back on.
Come on, man. It's a soundtrack. I thought, I was actually mad when he dropped the album because I wanted him to keep trolling. I wanted him to keep going. I was like, why stop now?
So, all right, yeah.
Yo,
Because this is where I want to start. I want to start not even on the album itself.
Yes.
But the rollout of
Yes. Yeah.
Personally, I feel, and I'm waiting for evidence to the contrary, that this is the most legendary album rollout of all time. There's been absolutely nothing close to it, and I don't think anyone else will be able to do it or would be able to do it. What was your feelings on the rollout?
I think other people can do something similar. Exactly the same, no. But I say was okay. Even with marketing in general, I'm actually I used to despise marketing and market tactics and all that stuff, but now, especially in this industry that I'm in, and I love it. I mean, it almost rivals my love for the art because that is part of the art.
It is part of the art.
Is how you present the art. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, Kanye's always been very creative with just not even just rollout, just presentation in general with everything he's done. Right. I mean, that's a part of who he is, and you know, as far as album rollouts, I'll tell you the time that we live in, there's only a few artists that can make money off of music anyway.
Right.
You know what I mean, like, let's be real. Like, the music is the catalyst, but back in the day, the labels would give you a certain budget to come up with, whatever. But at a certain point, they streamlined it to where it was just like, okay, look, this is how we're going to promote it. This is for your billboards. This is your fee. Yeah. But that's an advance.
Right.
And you owe all that money back. Yeah. And it's just like a package. Like, you can get the A package, B package, or C package, whatever the fuck you get. You know what I'm saying? All those Def Jam artists and all that. Yeah. They already had it ready for you. You know what I'm saying? But now, especially an artist who's been in the game as long as Kanye West, they don't give them nothing.
No.
So that's all his money that he was spending. And people, taking it back to the... I call it T-Lop so much. The Life of Pablo, no, it wasn't Life of Pablo. Sorry, the Ye period when he had the 5 albums and all that stuff. The reason why he was coming at it from that angle was because, if you guys remember, that was during what Kanye said he was in. What's the type of debt he called it? Personal debt. Yeah, personal. He was going through the personal debt phase. So, and I don't want to get into this. What I think I said it on that podcast. What I thought of why. His money was low, but regardless, that was a creative rollout. That actually technically was more creative, just in why, because it's never been done before.
So that's interesting. I didn't think of comparing Kanye West to himself.
Oh, always
rollouts, and that's who you got to compare him to.
Always.
And that was a legendary rollout. Because it was a 5-week, 5-album rollout.
Absolutely. And it definitely had its flaws, its drawbacks. Nas is my favorite artist, so I felt like he could have been done better. Yeah, whatever.
Nas' his album wasn't the best. And his
I think the
wasn't as lit. Yeah,
I think everybody was shortchanged from that rollout. Only person who benefited the most from that was Pusha T.
Right.
Because let's just be real, he's more of a B tier artist, and he got pushed to an A tier for that period of time. Yeah. Because of all the other stuff, the Drake stuff and all that stuff. But I don't want to get too far off track. I think about it all. I think of my Dark, Beautiful, Twisted Fantasy rollout. Yeah. I think about...
he had the great Runaway video with that. He put together that whole thing.
It was grandiose. And that's what Kanye's known for. But with Yeezus, he had the opposite. Yeah. He drew back. With that's when he was doing the projectors on the different buildings around it.
Dope as fuck.
Very smart, very cheap. Yeah. And the thing is, like I said, with artists of a certain age after a certain time period, because even the record labels, they only gonna back you. An artist as big as Kanye West, they're not giving him no advance money. They're not doing that no more. No. You come up with your rollout, and that's it. And if you have no rollout, you have no rollout. Ye had no music videos.
None.
You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
No music videos. No nothing.
King had videos.
Yeah, Jesus King, yeah. Of course, yeah. But Kanye, billionaire Kanye, this is billionaire Kanye being creative with his rollout. Kanye West's show, and I don't want to get too far off of it, but this is just, it's like, how do I fit all this knowledge into like a sharp katana? But Kanye West knows his show, which is a whole different animal from the music. Right. You know what I'm saying? It got to the point where, because you gotta look at Jesus King, you gotta look at Ye, and even Life of Pablo. No offense to anybody, especially Kanye West, I am a fan, but the music wasn't doing as much. But the shows, the rants, the antics, it was way more bigger. It's more money in those events. No, it's just because we're talking about music. Music from the creation, the amount of money that goes into creating a song, putting it out, people receiving it, and what they give back to it. You know what I'm saying? Right. It's just not as much money as Kanye West
putting into
the shows, the tickets, all that stuff. Yeah. Watching Kanye in a mask, in the garb, and going off. You know what I'm saying? Right. So he's like, I'm not saying this is what he's thinking, but this is me projecting my marketing mind on him. Yeah. How do I make that money before?
Right.
How do I get that energy before? Yeah. He did all that before this time. Yeah. Putting it before. Right. So now that translates to album sales, album interest. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now the 3 times, I don't know how, bro. I think it's I thought it was genius. I was frustrated with y'all though. I was frustrated, but
all right, here's how the 3 times, right?
Genius.
One, I want to remind everyone that no artist owes you anything.
Anything.
We didn't have to get another Kanye West album. No one needed it. We needed it, but I needed this. But he didn't have to give anybody anything, right? Like Kendrick Lamar ain't put out an album since 2017. He's going to.
Ooh, but you hear the verse? All right, that's a whole other. That's a whole
nother John. He is. Everybody should be scared of him. He is smoking on top 5.
Smoking on your top 5 tonight.
He had 3 different styles on that verse. He rapped 3 different ways. That nigga's about to murder people. We're gonna get to that.
That's a whole other thing, man.
Another week. But like, so Kanye's like, all right, I'm gonna drop an album. At this point, I go, whenever I get the album, right? Yeah. As long as I get the album, you don't even know if you go and get the album, right? Yeah. So I'm like, whenever I get the album, I'm gonna get the album. After each listening party, somebody I knew hit me with a link. That had all the Johns.
Yo, your leaks are trash. All of you guys, your leaks are trash. Why? Because these niggas change shit on a drop of a dime.
On a drop.
Your leaks are trash.
And I didn't listen to the first leak I got. I didn't listen to. I didn't listen to leaks until after the second one. Right. And then I was like, well, I don't know when I'm gonna get it. I might not get it. And at that point, I might not get it, but I got this John right here. So whatever, I'm cool, right? So I stopped getting frustrated. Like every time, everybody hits me up after all the Johns. Are you gonna drop the album? I'm like, I don't know if you're gonna drop the album.
Yeah.
Maybe you do, maybe you don't. I don't know. I'll be happy when he do. Like I just relieved myself of that anxiety.
Yeah.
Not entirely. I still was checking Spotify every
right after they finished, because I didn't, the aura around the people who are around me, because I'll be honest, I wasn't like checking every 5 seconds, but when somebody like, yo, you watching this? I'm like, nope, but I go to title and go to, I'll be like, yo, they ain't out yet.
Ain't out yet. And I was on a festival like when Yandhi was supposed to come out, right?
You get that leak? I got
the Yandhi leak. Yeah. And like, so I was at the festival and there was no service. And it was like, it was supposed to drop that night. And I was like, I'm gonna have to drive an hour out because it was an hour to service. And I was like, I gotta drive an hour till service in the morning so I can go download this album and come back to this festival. So I was performing that night. And I was like, you know what? I'll wait 2 days. It'll be fine. And then driving out of the mountains, when I finally got service, it was just people being like, what the fuck? Where is this album at? And I was like, and back then is where I really, really learned you may or may not get it. Like, we never got Yandhi. We got Jesus King, which was the Jesus out version of Yandhi with all the slaps taken away. Alien, none of that, right?
Yeah. So you know what? And he had his he had his spiritual awakening during that. So who knows what actually happened? But
yeah. So, but with the Yandhi leak, I was like, oh, I know he can still make music. Yeah, like, I know he can still make music.
Oh, absolutely.
Right? Yeah. So this John came out. First listening party. It's dope, right? It's cool. It's like, it seems not as dope now because we've scaled up, but like,
for the listeners, describe what you consider a listening party.
The first listening party, Kanye rents out the Mercedes-Benz Arena in Atlanta, sells that out, and it is just an all. And mind you, I love that. Still, up until now, Kanye has not spoken. He has not spoken. He's just in the mask, and leading up to it, he's in the mask everywhere. He's popping up in the mask. He does a listening party, and it's just all white. The entire floor of the arena is just completely white. And Kanye comes out in all black, no, all red.
All red, red
all
with
red,
the
orange
red
shoes.
Bubble, I don't even know what that was.
Marketing for Gap. That shit went on sale with Gap and sold out immediately. So he goes out in that outfit. He got the all red on, and he just kind of not performs his songs, but moves to his songs, how they emotionally move him, which was kind of powerful. Like when he did the one song that he left off, the I'm losing my family. And he just kind of looked like he just broke down and wept for the whole song, which was deep because, his wife is in there and all this stuff. And I was like, it was cool. I really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the album. I was like, yo, this album sounds pretty good. Whatever. My homie hit me up. He was there, and he was like, it was beautiful.
Well, I was going to say, I heard from people who were there, they told me that the sound system wasn't perfect. So it was like...
The sound wasn't that good on that one.
Yeah. And especially if you're like sitting in like, bad seats, which are technically regular seats. Yeah. Just like there was no screen to see Kanye. So you're just seeing like this little man...
A little hockey puck moving around.
But the fact that he was able, because let's call it what it was, a listening party. You know what I mean? And, that's what you're supposed to do. Just like with movies, they have screenings. But a test audience, just so happens his influence is so strong that he can have, 15,000, 30,000 people as his test audience.
Right. and I heard the sound was okay. And you could tell that, like, listening to that one from home, it didn't even sound as good. And I remember being like, I hope that shit's knocking in there. But that was the first one, right? Which I was satisfied with. I was ready to hear the album. Actually, no, that one, the first one, there's not enough Kanye verses on it. That one was
it definitely wasn't.
Way more features.
The features, and then I just remember the crowd going nuts at certain moments, like when they heard Jay-Z's voice. They, because there's obviously speculation on whether they're beefing or not, or how deep that goes, whatever.
And in my house, like I fucked up. There were some haters in there. And so I was in there like shh, nigga, shh. Like, oh, is this song for rich? Shut the fuck up. And when Jail came on the first time, as soon as I heard that Mike Dean guitar hit, I was like, everyone shut the fuck up, right? And one of my friends turned to me, she's like, you mean? I was like, shut up. Like, it's a listening party. Listen, right? You at my house?
Come on.
This is Kanye.
Yeah.
And I like shushed them all through the song and like made them listen to that one just because I liked the guitar on it. And then like Hove hit and they was all like, everyone haters and not everyone in the room was like, oh, shit, I was on the album. So yeah, that was a crazy point in it. But really, it was a lot of features. So I wasn't that excited for that version. Okay. Because I was like, Kanye, you got to be on your own album.
Yeah.
Second one comes. I hit up my homie. I'm like, so what's up? You going back to Atlanta? And he hits me up and he's like, I was at the first one, and it was beautiful. And I don't think I'm going to see anything better than that. And I don't want to go to be disappointed.
Yeah, right.
Then this nigga start the live stream. He's sitting there in the box looking like he in jail underneath the John. And leading up to that, should mention to the viewers, he stayed in the arena.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. He lived there. Yeah, he was only focused on working out and making the album.
Working on the album.
Yeah, they showed the shots of his setup. Where he had a cot. And that's actually a part of not only marketing, but his mental state too when it comes to when he makes stuff. Because I remember during the Watch the Throne period, and I think my Dark Beautiful Twisted Fantasy, he was in Hawaii and London most of the times, from what I remember. And of course, Wyoming on the last couple of albums, but this one being in that stadium, you know what I mean? Like, and that's another thing too, because I remember when Yeezus first came out. I wasn't crazy about that. That was a very different take, and I like the album. I
love Yeezus, but yeah.
I don't ever diss it, but I just remember just having that same feeling where you told me like, yo, like Kanye's not really doing what Kanye does on this album, but he made it the way somebody explained it to me. He made it specifically for stadium music. You know what I mean? Like, for him to rock out and be in his emotions on stage. Yeah. And I feel the same way about Donda. Was that maybe he needed to be in the arena to feel arena energy. Like, it don't play the same. And you can predict, but nothing beats the real experience. It's just like with comedy, you know what I'm saying? Like, you'd be like, oh, this gonna hit. Nah, man, you need the crowd to tell you it's gonna hit. Right, yeah. So while you rocking out, like, you can't emulate that experience. You need it to happen, and that's why he had the advantage of doing that. And also, I think this would be interesting to bring up one of my favorite Kanye quotes. When he was beefing with Nike and they were going to give him royalties to the shoe. And he was just like, yo, how come I can't get royalties on my shoe? And they was like, well, only basketball players get royalties to shoes. And he said, man, I go to Madison Square Garden and play one on none. You mean to tell me I can't get royalties? He said, I sell it out. So I think this is another Kanye, pivotal moment where he's showing like, bro, you can't do, this is what I do. Right. This is how I make music. Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it was like, I was real excited between the first and the second one to hear like, some people are like, oh, they not, someone said, I guess Kim got the drums in the divorce. There was like no drums on that first one.
They were shitting on it so hard.
Yeah, and then he came out and then like he threw some drums on some John, he tweaked some Johns, he had some verses, but the lead up, already to the lead up to it with him in the live stream, he got niggas in the room, he working out, he putting on a different outfit. I was like, yo, this shit's crazy. Like this is art. Like this is what I ain't know this what I wanted from my art. Everyone being like, why don't you just drop the album? Where's all this bullshit? And I'm like, he can drop the album any fucking time.
Yeah.
This is entertainment. Like I'm enjoying this. Like he is live streaming for 24 hours, pure entertainment. Like a window into his process. He got people coming in recording. He got people, you know what I mean? He doing weird shit. And he knows that him just standing there in that motherfucking Hellraiser outfit.
That's spiked out was it Balenciaga collab?
John, yeah.
You know,
They like sales went up for Balenciaga. That shit went up. Weird niggas buying Balenciaga.
Yeah, you know, and you know, I'm not the most fashionable guy, so I don't really get that side of things. But I see how, you know, he's able to combine multiple fields, you know what I'm saying? Like he knows how to make a spectacle, and do minimal because he's a minimalist. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Minimalist to what I say to a fault, but it's hard to say to a fault when you're a billionaire. Like obviously your shit's working, mine's not. But I'm saying like he gets a little ridiculous with his minimalism, but you know that works. The third listening party, you know, which I thought was smart,
right?
You know, having the house. Was that the actual house or just a replica?
He rebuilt.
Obviously, it can't be the actual house, right? That's crazy.
I mean, they could do that, but I saw that some niggas shot a spoof video outside the actual house.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's just hilarious. It's so funny.
I remember he had the baby and Marilyn Manson.
Shocked to me. Look, when Marilyn, first of all, because somebody, I was like, it was a little behind my stream, so somebody else was like, yo, the baby. And I started looking at Twitter like, what did the baby do? And then the baby like walked out the crib and I heard the new verse on Hell. And I was like, or Jail.
Jail, yeah.
And I'm like, oh, what is this nigga doing? And
was that a mistake? Was it bad?
Right. So one, I just been with my niece and like, you know, she's 12 and real progressive and all that and the youth. And she was like, yeah, we don't like the baby homophobic. And I was like, you know, like I think the baby's kind of an asshole, just personally. And I think that's really why they came after him, because I'm like, all these niggas be saying homophobic shit all the time. He just really got pulled up and he was doing that dumb shit, bringing Tory Lanez on the stage.
Yeah.
So like people was like, nah, fuck this nigga, cancel him, right?
Yeah.
Like it was like we replaced him with Young Thug, and everybody was like, Young Thug said all this homophobic shit.
Yeah, of course,
time.
yeah.
He said this last week, and niggas like, we like Young Thug though. Like,
yeah, but he's gay. It's okay.
we think.
Yeah, we don't know.
Right. But he's with Baby, so you know. So when the Baby came out, I knew what Kanye was doing. Marilyn Manson, I literally thought that was somebody dressed up as the Heath Ledger Joker. I thought it was the Joker. I thought he was doing, because he sent that Joker meme to Drake. So I was like, oh, he brought the Joker out. And I was like, oh, this is dope. He trolling for real. And then someone's like, nah, that's Marilyn Manson. I was like, what?
Yeah.
What? All right, so the Baby, I can deal with the Baby. The Baby said some wild shit, and that's what they wanted to cancel him on. I would cancel the Baby for a whole bunch of other shit. He slapped some woman taking a picture of him.
I remember that.
Right? And he was like, oh, the flashes in my eye. He said some dumb shit. He beat a bunch of niggas up. He killed a nigga in a Walmart. Like, you know, he's done a whole bunch of wild shit. And so I felt like I could start to understand Kanye being like, they're canceling over something that he said. And so I'm going to be like, nah, I could put him in. Marilyn Manson. That's a hard one for me. Without, because I don't know if you know about what Marilyn Manson got into.
I want to hear your take on it.
I mean, I read it back when it came out.
How long ago was this?
A couple months ago.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I rewatched. I watched it before too. Like I was like, when he came out with Marilyn Manson, I was like, he did some wild shit. I re-listened to Rachel Evan Wood, you know, and he basically like psychological, verbal, and physical abuse. Real bad. Just tying her up, shocking her in her genitals, and threatening to kill her, and tape recording her, and like, you know, threatening to expose videos if she didn't cut off her face. And like other people being like, yeah, nah, he did all this shit to us too. And I don't know what Kanye West and Marilyn Manson's relationship is. I don't know if Marilyn Manson has found Jesus and has been looking for forgiveness, and that all could be true. But I don't know of any of that. And so what it looks like to us or what like how it's presented to the viewer is, I'm gonna forgive him anyway without any kind of acknowledgement or what is it called? Accountability for what he's done.
Yeah. Kanye is and will be a fame whore. He's more about fame. Morality is not, it doesn't matter as much. Now, this is not, this is me just laying the facts as is. Now, what I think what he was trying to do, all projection, I think he was trying to be symbolic with it, with the whole, like, Jesus on the cross, it was the thieves. And, I forgot what the other guy was. But you know about that? Well, when Jesus being crucified, he was on the cross. They other two bulls. Yeah. And he did convince them to repent, whatever. But I think it was supposed to be symbolic because these three were be crucified before the media.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I think as far as a Kanye West symbolism or deepness check, I think that's as deep as it goes. I don't think it's like, hey, I don't think the requirement was, how do you feel about what happened to you? I think Kanye was like, oh, you hot. There's attention around you.
Right. I mean, the Marilyn Manson attention is not even that fresh. But
the requirement for Kanye West is it on the does it move the needle? Which it did.
You know what
I'm saying? Because you could tell with Kanye and his features, he's always been about this. Not saying that he doesn't care about people who aren't hot. You know what I mean? He probably still has relationships with them. But as far as like putting him on the main stage in front of the people, making money with them, because Kanye West is he's determined to be relevant.
I know Kanye does like attention, but maybe I differ from a lot of people in this. Because I think everything Kanye West does, for the most part, is genuine.
Yeah.
I think he genuinely believes in Jesus. I think he genuinely believes in the principle, mainly the principles of Jesus of love and forgiveness. And
absolutely.
That's why a lot of people are like turned off by his Jesus thing, but I'm like, I listen to all the Jesus stuff he says, and it's none of the shit that I hate. It's the things that I actually like about Jesus. Like I've done this podcast a lot. Every Christian I sit down with.
They know how you feel.
Right. You know what I'm saying?
They know.
So I'm like, I tell you, right? So I'm like, these are the things that I do like about Jesus is the like love everyone, forgive, and that's the best way to do it. I don't know if he picked the best people, and like far be it from me to be like, let me tell somebody how to do some shit. But I would have liked is if he maybe balanced out that idea instead of just forgiving two men.
I'm trying to tell you with Kanye, look at the features, man. Like, you got Pop Smoke, bro. You think they was tight?
No,
right.
But
Pop Smoke is debatably the most. I'm not gonna say most famous, but the most well-received posthumous artist
of all time. Yeah.
Like literally. I was
like, that nigga had one album and it all sounded the same, and now he a goat.
Dog, he got more work out there than 50 Cent did.
Right.
His whole career.
I remember his homie just said, they were like, we're out of music. Y'all niggas just blew through all of his music real quick.
Dog, they gonna have Siri making Pop Smoke records soon, bro. I'm telling you. So I'm just telling you, man. That's what Kanye's loyal to. That's what Kanye's loyal to. That's why him and Kim made a good match because that
fame. Yeah,
they were out. They were out like gimmicking each other as far as like, all right, like they work. They both have that same thrive for attention in the media. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I do believe Kanye is genuine in the sense of like, I think he's so consistent with it that it's part of his personality. Right. You know what I'm saying? I remember Jay-Z had a quote when he was saying, he said like, they was asking him, does he have the same issues as Kanye West when it comes to doing business with, the big conglomerates and stuff like that? Yeah. Jay-Z's like, look, I'm here for music business. He said, I'm not good at music. I'm good at music business.
Right.
He said, that's what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And I feel like Kanye is here for all the smoke.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's like, there's no controversy that's above a Kanye West. No. I don't think there's something that he don't have an opinion on. No. I think, he's not afraid to walk through any fire as far as
and that's like one of the reasons why I love him, because he's like, you compare Hove, and I've said this many times on this podcast, is I don't think I've ever heard an honest, unfiltered word out of Hov. Like, Hov is calculated and everything.
Absolutely.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas
I think he slips up, though. But yeah, I know what you mean, though.
But like Kanye is like, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel right now without even thinking about the repercussions of it, like whatsoever. In any way, I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel all of the time. And he knows that, like, and people will be like, you should stop. Don't do this. Don't do this. But
it's too late. It's too late. It's made him too much money. He's been too successful. And I'm like, the best you'll get to Kanye West thinking about what he just said is, I know you got shooters, bro. I know you don't shoot I know you got headhunters. Don't send them at my head. Call me. Talk to me like a man.
Yeah. That's his thought out. Like, these niggas might kill me.
I think I'm famous enough for you not to kill me, but I don't know.
And hold on, before we even go to, we on the third one.
Okay.
I'm not done with the second one.
Oh, apologies.
I'm not done with the second one because one, I really enjoyed his like performance. I enjoyed him speaking on the thing. I enjoyed him, the people running around. Then this nigga lifted himself out the sky.
Oh yeah.
Like the glow in the dark tour poster. Lifted himself out the sky. And at that point, and I was just drunk at my sister's house watching it, in my sister's crib, her like just in the living room by myself, just going nuts, being like, this nigga lifted himself out the ceiling. Who the fuck do this for an album listening? Not for the out. He did wild shit for like, you know, the Yeezus tour, the Pablo tour.
Yeah.
This is just for his album listening, his second one, which means he planned all that in 2 weeks.
I'm telling you, man, like he knew to like, let me put the cart before the horse this time.
Yeah.
Cause man, my first, now that I think about it, my first live concert that I paid for. I've gotten in concerts just because, but the first one I paid for was actually Kanye West Glow in the Dark.
Yeah.
And I mean, he got eaten by an alien. Like it's like he the alien ate him. He's like, no. Yeah. And he's like, Kanye West. It was like a Siri before Siri, like, Kanye West, we need you.
Yeah.
We need you.
Yeah.
Like, what you need me to do? And he had like this it had it was like a one shoulder blade and it's like a strap across, like some futuristic shit. The dude, I mean, his show and who he is, you know, everything. I was actually thinking, I was like, because, you know, he had the Yeezus, he had the mask on.
Yeah.
And I was wondering if he was going to bring that back.
Right.
I'm kind of glad he brought it back.
Yeah, I'll fuck with him. I'm down.
It's like, remove me from this.
Right.
Accept me as the artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Which fucked with me during the Yeezus tour when I saw it the first time, because I was like, you got to take off that mask. I don't know if that's him. I don't know if it's him. Don't MF Doom me out this bitch.
Yeah, he got in trouble for that.
I saw MF Doom once and it wasn't MF Doom. And I remember watching it and we was all like, this seemed weird. This nigga don't seem like MF Doom. So I was like real scared. I was like, halfway through, I was like, yo, if you don't take that mask. I stopped dancing for like 2 songs. I was like, you better take that fucking mask off soon. I got to know it's him. And then, so yeah, the second one I thought was great. And then I was like, the third one, I don't know what he's going to do. So when he started building the house, niggas is texting me going, I'm not watching another one. I was like, what the fuck? What are you, busy? What are you doing on Thursday at 7 o'clock that you can't watch this man come out of his house in Chicago? Like, that was crazy to me. Like, I was like,
what's wrong with that? That's actually one of the most tame ideas he's ever had.
I mean,
what's wrong with that?
Yeah, but they're just like, I don't want to watch a third one.
Yeah. I don't. If I had time to watch, I'm gonna watch.
If I got time
I'm gonna watch
it,
the
I'm
stream.
gonna watch it.
Man, I feel like this has been an exciting period of time, just in general. I mean, for me, from Nas dropping to Kanye dropping, Drake dropping, Kendrick verse. Even
Tyler the Creator, Isaiah Rashad.
Oh my God, Isaiah Rashad, bro. Even the verses with the Locks and Dipset,
and I like that he flew the Locks out like the next day and put them on that verse.
Come on, man. And once again, because they hot.
Because they hot.
You know what I mean, that's what Kanye's loyal to. He like, yo, if you hot, we need to talk.
Get on a plane. Get on a plane. Right on the plane. Right on the plane.
Man.
Come on.
Yeah, but that was the first. The Locks Dipset. That was a 2-hour stream. I watched that whole thing, and then I watched Kanye. It's like, yo, that's the most I've been in tune with any product that's came through my phone.
Yeah. Right.
So if they can, if media can keep the ball rolling, you know what I'm saying? Right. I need somebody else to be able to. That's what I say. I think people will be able to do it, but Kanye West, as usual, is a pioneer,
right?
In this format,
an extreme pioneer in it.
Yeah.
And then the third one, the rest of it was cool and fun. A lot of cars driving around, just more cars, just keep rolling in, more people just running around, doing their little Johns. The artists coming out. here's where I thought, like, everyone was on the Maryland Mansion and the baby being crazy. Then he set himself on fire at the end.
Yeah. I keep going. You reminded me. I remember. I be forgetting. Yeah. Kanye West doing so many things.
There was so much going on in that first one. There was, like, for each step, it took me like an hour to process. Niggas started talking about other shit, and I was like, I'm still trying to, like, process everything that I saw, because the whole time I'm like, he gonna set this house on fire. He gonna burn this house down. That house gonna burn down. And then I heard the city of Chicago wouldn't let him. He wanted to burn the house down. But they were like, no. So he's like, all right, I'll do this little, walk out man on fire thing. Then walk Kim out blind. She couldn't see shit. I don't know if you watched her walking out. She couldn't see nothing. Her dress was caught under her shoes. She couldn't see through her veil. And the people are walking past her, and they keep kind of redirect her, and she trying to pull herself. And then they do their whole little marriage thing, which was shocking and all that. But
which also, she's seen him in his regular light, and she's like, oh, that's right, I am dating one of the most famous men who ever existed.
Yeah.
I can't resist that.
Yeah. She was like, let's see if we can work this out. Let's
Are you serious?
figure this out. But the wildest shit I thought was the going from Jesus Lord, bringing out Larry Hoover Jr.
Yeah.
Then going to the We Don't Let the GDs in the Door, which ain't on the album, ain't been part of no other listening. It wasn't nothing but just Chicago gang activity. And then playing Jonah with Dirk.
Yeah.
Who's if y'all don't know, Larry Hoover Jr. is Larry Hoover's
Think I'm
son.
big, Mish, huh?
Larry Hoover, which is where most of y'all niggas know who Larry Hoover is from. But Larry Hoover started the Gangster Disciples. He's doing like 2 million years or something in jail. It's actually who Kanye went to the White House to when he's talking to Donald Trump. He's talking about getting Larry Hoover out of jail is what he was really doing there, and talking about prison reform. So he had Larry Hoover Jr. talk on the album about getting his dad out of jail, not seeing him, his kids wanting to end Chicago gang violence. And the first time I heard him do that, I was like, yo, Kanye really is trying to do something as far as like pushing a message, and at least in his home with that. And he's got a lot of young Chicago people on there. And so he started the Gangster Disciples. Lil Durk is a black disciple. Those are rival gangs. So he has Larry Hoover Jr. come out, say his thing, and then they Don't Let the GDs in the Door, which is the Gangster Disciples. And that is a gangbanging song right there.
Yeah.
And then after that, to bring out Durk.
Right. And, and this thing is I have such huge criticisms about a lot of celebrities, especially Kanye West, obviously good and bad. But the one thing I have to acknowledge is when somebody's doing the work.
Right.
Kanye's doing the work.
Yes.
Especially with the statement, because I always push back on the statement. They do the whole you talk about you want to change this, but it's black on black crime. How you gonna say about police killing black people kill black people, which is a myth. But there is a high crime rate amongst black people in Chicago. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Kanye's actually doing something about it by just changing the narrative. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And then that's I feel like that message was, that attempt was, yeah.
Yeah, like and I appreciated it because he's an old head now. He talks gang shit on this album, which is really not a thing that he did before. But he talking about who we know in Chicago, all this other stuff. So I was like, oh, that's he's really trying to do something, which I really like. Everyone talks the talk. Drake can make his little CLB album and come in, and which is just basically a dedication to Kanye, just trying to he just talk shit on Kanye through that whole album. He dedicated a whole album.
To be fair, he probably thought Kanye was going to dedicate a whole album to him. He ain't know. You know what I'm saying? No, it's like
he knew he listened to it. He heard it. He heard the album.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I mean, we all heard it.
Yeah.
He added that 7 a.m. on Bridal Path, which I think is like maybe the best song on Drake's new album. But that he talking about tweets Kanye did last week. He just did that.
Yeah, that's true.
Kanye was trolling him, but whatever. So I thought that was one of the craziest parts of that listening. But that listening really did. Like, I thought from the second one with the live streams and lifting out the sky and a little bed set up, I was like, where will he go from here? And then he was like, we're going to have all the features come out. We're going to have Marilyn Manson. We're going to have the baby. Kim going to come out in a wedding gown. We're going to set myself on fire. We're going to bring gangs back together. And I'm like, how did you get all the way to here from a listening party that was just a white floor and you walking around? So to me, that was just like watching, the rollout alone was watching art It was performance art stuff.
It was like watching somebody say, "Why wait?"
Yeah.
Like, what am I waiting for? You know what I'm saying? The only thing we had to wait was for the album. But as far as the performance and what to give, like I said, it's because we're actually in a phase in media right now where we don't know. You know what I mean? Like, we used to buy the actual physical album. Now we don't. We just stream. Even what numbers are and selling. Like if you listen to the same song 10 times, they count it as an album sale. You know what I'm saying? So it's like generating interest on a level and understand. Like even like back in the day, people have to buy the album, sit with it, memorize the words, and then you do the concert, and then you have the people sing along, stuff like that. You gotta wait for that no more.
Right.
So he's like, why should I wait to even do any? Let me do all that.
I'm doing it right now.
I'm telling you, it's probably going to affect the way other people do things from now on.
And I heard he's going to keep going with it. So I heard we're supposed to expect some more listening parties.
Yeah. Well, those are just concerts at that point now.
Right, but I mean, not if you don't perform.
Right. If you don't say a word, yo, and he's making the same money, probably more. Probably just selling merch and stuff.
He's doing new merch for each John. Like that's crazy. Like I mean, I guess you always do that for shows, but to do it for listenings too, he just throwing it together real quick. It's crazy. So I hope for a LA listening party. I'll be there. I'm gonna be up there, John, like faux show. The album. You enjoyed the album?
Yeah, man, I did. Like I said, I always have my criticisms, but you niggas are harsh on a man named Kanye West that you know what he's about. I mean, the things he's doing now isn't even the craziest things he's ever done.
Right.
Let's be real. This album is tame compared to the genre shifting things he's done. And you niggas are going in like it was poop.
It was shit.
It was not, yo. You could just say, I was expecting this, I was expecting that. Because I'll be honest with you, out of Drake's whole entire catalog, only like one album. I'm talking about albums.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Songs, I can name songs.
I can name so many Drake songs. Drake albums?
Album. Yeah. Album is the listening experience.
Right.
And the question to this listening experience, did I enjoy it? Simple answer, yes.
Yeah.
Simple answer.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. The first time I listened to the leak, I was in DC and like everybody was getting ready in the house, and the dude was a DJ, and so he had one spot on his couch where he just had two big ass Bose speakers on either side of his couch. So I just sat on that couch while they was getting ready because it was like a bunch of people doing makeup and getting dressed and all that. I don't gotta do that shit. I got about an hour and a half or something. Yeah. I just sat there in between these two speakers and just listened to the whole first one, which obviously isn't the finished album, but like just listened to the
how many tracks was on it?
The second album release. I think it was like 21.
21? Oh shit. Well, yeah.
Yeah. And I listened to all of those and I was like, oh, this is beautiful. I really enjoyed it. And I do think it doesn't sound like some stuff sounds like some old stuff. Some stuff sounds like some other stuff. But for the most part, it's new sound.
Yeah.
It's Kanye doing Kanye, which is what I wanted from him. Like he's like, I'm going to be creating a different type of sound, a different type of wave, a different type of feeling with the album. Which I think this album is going to do the same thing that a lot of Kanye West albums done, like Yeezus, Life of Pablo, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. Everyone knew what that was kind of right away. They fuck with it. Like 808s, even people didn't fuck with it right away. And all these albums gained appreciation over time as people were like, oh shit, like he was doing something different there. But the first time you hear it, it's just like, like people keep telling, like it sounds the same. I'm like, every song sounds so jarringly different.
Yeah, I was one of those people, I gotta be honest, you know what I mean? I was one of those people who, first time I heard Graduation, I was like, what is this?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? First time I heard 808s, I was definitely like, what the is that? Like, first time I heard Love Lockdown, I was like, oh, this nigga come out the closet. like straight up, you know what I mean? Let me see. Then,
the first time I heard 808s, I was like, I don't know what this is.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, it's that album changed music.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. Like when people listen to a Kanye album first time through, why are you still having this same like, what is this? This is stupid. Like, yo, let it sink in, let it sit, bro.
Yeah.
Think about it. You know what I'm saying? And I understand because like I'm like that with a lot of stuff, but at the end of the day, like, okay, now I catch myself. I'm like, all right, let me listen to it because I'm gonna catch something I didn't catch before.
Right.
I gotta see what's going on. This is an album. I mean, even the concept behind the album. And first of all, I'm going to critique heavily every part of this.
Yeah.
And it might sound negative, but overall, before I even go into it, I just want to. I want to thank Kanye, but I just want to give him props.
Yeah.
For being an artist of his age. Which album is this from him? 10th album.
Yep.
And he's able to be current. You know what I'm saying? Because this is not even though it has a concept, it's not as much of a concept album. Because, like, for example, I know I keep referencing Jay-Z, but just for comparison, but 444,
right.
Or even, you know what, even Lil Wayne with Funeral,
right?
It just was like, you could tell, like, these are artists that are technically past their prime, and they're trying to capture something back.
Right.
Or it's like, oh, this is just a side story, a side step.
Yeah.
I feel like with Kanye, he's still in the mainstream. Mm-hmm. He's still, like, you know, like it's just, you know, to even sell, do numbers, all that stuff. You talk about the top 1%. You know what I'm saying? Because I'll be honest, I thought selling wise or just impact wise, you know, I thought after I even, if I could be completely honest, with Ye, I was like, oh yeah, Kanye's on the downslope of like you're not gonna get that anymore.
Yeah.
And I can say for sure I was wrong. He's still one of the top. You know, very few. Lil Wayne's not up there no more.
Nope.
You got Eminem.
Lil Wayne had a great verse on the other John. They'll drop great verses, but they ain't dropping great albums.
They're still hot artists, but they're not, you know, it's because of their past. It's not because of what they're currently doing.
Yeah.
I mean, Lil Wayne can drop an album right now. It's going to do mediocre. They're going to treat him like, it's so funny because, you know, as a Nas fan, they used to treat his albums like this back in the day where they just be like, oh, he's a retired artist. You know what I'm saying? Making, you know, but he would do some numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's why they're gonna treat Lil Wayne stuff. Yeah. But that's not the way they're treating Kanye stuff. Nah. Kanye stuff is current. Kanye's music is current music.
Yeah, his music dropping is like it's how we talk about like, yo, these like he is considered with all of the contemporary hottest artists dropping. Mm-hmm. He is considered just as hot, if not like everyone's like he's going against Drake. Like that, and not even because they're completely different type of artists. Like I don't think there's any question at this point now that Kanye is just a different type of artist. And
their albums are different.
Yeah, Drake is a great rapper. He's going to put together, and he's a little happy little singer or whatever the fuck he do over there. But he's not. It's like he's going to do some rap songs where Kanye is going to do some crazy shit. Mm-hmm. But he's considered up there with anyone who is as hot right now. His music is as relevant right now. Mm.
The thing I base it off of is, can you make an album? Mm-hmm. Because everybody cannot. And they can be good rappers, they can be good musicians, whatever the fuck. An album is its own separate art. Kanye is an album artist.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And he, as he said, did he miss? I don't think he has. I don't know when Kanye's missed. I mean, he's missed on albums. A little bit, but not all. I don't think he's made a bad album.
I say yay, and the only reason why is because it was 7 tracks. That's my only.
I listened to Ye the other day, and I was like, "This is a good album. It's just 7 tracks.
7 tracks.
Yeah. I've been listening to Jesus is King in the lead up to this, and I'm like, I like Jesus.
Jesus King was cool. Yeah. I mean, it was his most. I would say his most sober album.
Right.
You know,
and I don't think he was. I don't think he was as concentrated on the music as he was on the message with that one. Mm-hmm. So it's not his best album, but I'm like, it's still a real good album.
Question: do you feel like this is a gospel album, Donda?
It's a half gospel album, right? It's definitely like half a gospel album, right? And that's what I think it's fucking a lot of people up because they just like, yeah, this is a gospel album. I don't want to listen to a gospel album, but I was like, nah, but you ain't here off the grid. You ain't, but like. You don't fuck with Off the Grid?
No. Can I be honest with you? My first listen through Off the Grid was the first thing that woke me up.
Yeah.
I thought Jail would do it just because, you know, it's like Jay-Z and you know, but honestly, I guess because of listening party, and it's a tad too grandiose for what the message is. You know what I'm saying? Okay, Off the Grid, I was like, oh shoot, he's spitting. Okay, all right, okay, let's go. Spitting. Let's go. Let's go.
And like people, and that's 4 tracks in, right?
4 tracks in, which
and
is
like
fair.
people like it's a gospel song, and I'm like, nah, nigga, that shit go hard. Like it goes so hard. Also, whatchamacallit, I really like Pure Souls.
Pure Soul. Yeah.
I really like Praise God. Even though Praise God is like, it's called Praise God. They talk about the devil, my op, and all this other shit. But it's hard. So I'm like, it's a gospel album because, and I'll say this with the features too. Everyone can put features. Drake has most of the same features. And they all doing the same thing that they do on a Drake song or their own songs or whatever. All of these features, they had to they were writing a verse for Kanye West. Like they were writing a verse to go along with the album. He made them tap into something else in themselves to do it. And all of their features I feel like it elevates each of them as an artist.
This is my theory on this album though. Though it is 27 tracks, technically 24.
Right.
Let me see actually.
It's 24.
Technically 24, 23, whatever. Though it's that long, I believe the album still wasn't finished. I believe there was some rushing.
Yeah.
And even Kanye said that he didn't want to put the album out universal. Yeah. There was something with the dates. I don't know how true the whole Drake, because I know Consequence have tweeted something like, "Oh, Drake, we waiting on you to drop the album," or something like that, so they can. Right. I don't know how true that was. I don't know. But I'll just say that the only reason why I say I feel like it's not finished is because of the same criticism. Basically, it's a lack of. It's almost like Kanye's doing the setup for a lot of people, a lot of the artists or whatever, and the artists are knocking it out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Kanye knocks it out. A lot, whatever. But I'll be honest, like I still enjoy Kanye as the main entree. You know what I mean? Like as a rapper. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Regardless of who wrote what. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I could do with just a beat. It don't even have to be him making the beat. Like the beat and Kanye spitting. Yeah. I'm satisfied. Right. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these were
even with the great features, each song, I'm still looking forward to Kanye's verse.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And he makes you wait on a lot of them. Like he's just like somebody else gets the meat of it and then he'll kind of clean it up or something or whatever. This album is very chanty. I mean, it's very I don't know how obviously it was on purpose, and there's definitely some concept to that. But it was a lot of it, like repetitive chorus. I get it. A lot of people do it, but it's almost like he's trying to force from the first donda, which I heard that was supposed to be his mama's heartbeat.
Her heartbeat.
You heard that before?
That,
yeah. I didn't know that until I think somebody's mentioned it to me yesterday. But yeah, it's like he's just like everyone. I know God breathe on it. I know God breathe. Like he's like trying to get the message like directly in your head. Yeah. The album cover. Man, I am so done with. I get it. Kanye is not going to be normal. He's never going to be normal. Right. But I am over the minimalist covers. Just give me a good cover, dog.
Give some art.
Give
call
it.
Up Murakami. Call one of these niggas up. I'm sure everybody's sending you submissions. He had the the painting.
Art, I get it, but I just, what was the song? Power. You remember the music video? Very creative.
Super creative.
I'm like, yo, if I got that as a Kanye West album, I would be like, oh, I'll be happy. You know what I mean? But he's the artist. I get it. Blah blah blah. But yeah, the Blackout. I'm over it. Lupe did it with Food and Liquor 2, the Great American Rap album. Yeah. Whatever, dog. And I don't want to get into Lupe too much. Things great rapper. Whatever.
Wild.
Yeah, but though, stop. Kendrick Lamar did it with what's that album? I forgot what it was called. Untitled, Unmastered.
Oh yeah.
Stop it. We do not need all black covers. Yeah. I mean, I don't even know where to put that. Like it's just, I missed the back cover. Remember the back cover? Fuck the booklet. Yeah. Remember the back cover with the track listings? Yeah. I can't. Where do I put the? You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Yo, like,
I could use a little bit more art there because he had the art too. He did. And Drake's weird shit too. The emojis, like
trying to outdo. It's like, we going minimalism.
Yeah, I do these pregnant Jones. Not all these pregnant Jones.
Come on, just give me some.
I could have used a little bit more there, and I was expecting when the album dropped and it was just black. I was like, in a day he'll update that.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I mean, because he already last night he updated my least favorite song on the album, New Again. He updated the song. He dropped the
Last
chorus.
night?
Last night.
What?
Last night. I was like, I was on Kanye Twitter, and they all started freaking out. Everyone was like, they're changing it. They're changing it right now. They're changing it in real time. Yeah. Yeah, basically like downloaded, like I downloaded all them extra songs because I need to have remote control with Kid Cudi on it. But I like the finished version better because I like what he does with Thugger's voice on it. When he does that little robot voice on it, that Zappin' Roger vocoder joint on it, I thought that shit hit hard. Remote control is one of my favorites.
It gives you the feeling of, and that's when if people complain about this album, I'm like, if you're a Kanye West fan and not a fanatic, I'm just a fan, I still think you should like the album because it has pieces of everything. Remote control is very reminiscent of 808s in its purest form.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Simple concept.
New Again is, and someone, I was like, this sounds like Graduation. And people were like, nah, that's crazy. And then now the Kanye West Twitter has verified. They're like, yeah,
really?
It sounds like Flashing Lights too.
See,
like
that's crazy that they even.
I was just like, yeah, that sounds like a Graduation, John. Like there's stuff that sounds like old Kanye on it. Which if you love Kanye, like you got it there. Right?
To me, it's really plain. That's what I'm saying. Like, for people to act like this is so different.
Right.
Like, oh, this track. I can't believe he would drop something like this. Like, what isn't like another Kanye thing that he's done? Like, it's pretty straightforward. I mean, if anything, he even had the jokes in there, the little borderline bad jokes.
Yeah. They say Adam could never be black because a black man would never share his rib.
Come on, that's so Kanye.
Hilarious.
That is so Kanye, man. Believe What I Say. That's a Lauryn Hill song, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I really like the song.
Really like it.
I really like it. So I don't want to get too much into the disses because I believe, I read too deep into things too.
Right.
I love it. I love it. But, come on, you have to enjoy something objectively. You know what I'm saying? Especially because Kanye West is not a battle rapper like that. Right. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So even if he does slip something in there, you know what I mean? It's like, it's not enough to where, like, it's just like, it's not a lot of meat on this bone.
Yeah.
It's if he has a straight shot, it's literally just a straight shot. Right. It ain't, oh man, this is connected to this because this, that. Like, it's not that deep. I think it's just offhanded for interest's sake.
Right, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I will say with this song, obviously, Lauryn Hill does not, over the course of rap history, Lauryn Hill does not get sampled a lot.
Right.
Jay-Z sampled a lot, Nas sampled a lot. There's a lot of rappers, whether you catch it or not, from Biggie to whoever. Lil' Kim, a lot of rappers get sampled a lot, whether it's a bar, whatever, just something of their essence is in something. Lauryn Hill does not get touched. I heard it was something about her royalties or how stuff is split up. Fugees in general, I heard that you can't even, I just heard when they're sampled, that's a high price point. A lot of times not even worth it to touch it because of how much it costs. But yeah, with this is the same track as Drake's, was it Draft Day or I think it was Draft Day. That's the song.
Yeah.
And at the end of Draft Day, Drake he said, I'm gonna let the chorus play just so when you niggas try to take it and do something, blah, blah, blah. Yeah. I'm thinking he's talking about just, one of these little young rappers, blah, blah, blah. Kanye West obviously looked at it as a challenge, and man, Kanye West proves that he can make good music. I mean, that song is a feel-good song.
Yeah. He makes good music. Yeah. This album, I think, is a feel-good album.
You down? That's hard. Man. That's hard, man.
This whole album, like the album for the most part, and this is what I like about it, because like even listening to, and I keep comparing it to Drake, right? But listening to CLB, it seems like a more bitter album. He's upset. He's this. Kanye got some shit to talk on here, but for the most part, he trying to uplift on this album. Like most of the shit is just like this feeling like you're like rising up, like it's gospel. You know what I'm saying? Like so that's like I like that he didn't let himself get bogged down in beefs and all that shit. And remember that it's this album dedicated to his mom. Remember that he's about the love, and remember that it's all about that.
But he's done that though. That's what Jesus was. We had the frustration album, I'ma yell and shit. You know what I'm saying? We also had the depression album. This is not that. This is like, it just really is feel. Like I said, man, I just, it's something funny about Kanye. I was thinking this when I was listening to the album, how he's not a good singer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
he's gotten better.
Huh?
He's gotten better.
Yeah, Well, debatably, because even I think Grave Shift, you know, it was shaky, but it was still a good, like, it's a very motivational song, you know. I've been working this grave shift. Like, it's just like,
I ain't made shit.
it's something pure about it where it's just like, okay, this is he's found a way to tap into his feelings without over delivering. You know what I'm saying? He's not, you know, like I said, you know, you got artists that are real singers that can really do runs and hit, but this is just a feel good. You know, he's blessed.
He sing like he's singing in the shower, like he like I mean, just like really just feeling it, just into the shit. Yeah,
I know that shit, man. Like, well, believe what I say, it might be. I ain't gonna say my favorite, but it's running up there. If it's
I mean,
not number, number two.
And like, you know, I want to, because I know I'm a fanatic, right? I have this podcast, right?
Yeah.
I understand I'm a fanatic. But like, you know, and I got all these people, and it really bothers me, the people that are like, I don't want to listen to Kanye. He said slavery was like all that shit. Because I'm like, we talking about music, right? We talking about music.
Come on.
And so somebody's like, all right, name a couple of tracks off the album that you like. And I couldn't stop naming tracks. I was like, Juniana, Jonah, Praise God, Remote Control, motherfucker, and like Heaven and Hell, Jail. Like, I'm just naming them. He's like, I said a couple. And I was like, I'm naming you the Jones I enjoy off this album. And it's most of them. And that's me leaving off like 24. I love 24. It's not like just like someone just, we gonna be okay. We gonna be okay. I'm like, that feels good. God's not finished yet. I was on a hike on Tuesday, and it was like a beautiful hike, and we just keep going up and up. You know, as you hike, like the views get better as you get higher, right? And all that was playing in my head was just like, God's not finished yet. Just looking at these views.
Got you turning.
Bruh. Jesus Lord has been working on me. It has been like, and the first time I heard Jesus Lord, the hook came in, and I like rolled my eyes almost out the back of my head, like, tell me if you know someone that needs Jesus. I was like, oh, this nigga's about to do all this.
It could be very corny.
Yeah,
it could be.
But by the time like my eye roll finished, I was like, tell me if you know someone that. And then the verse that he does on that too is also like like I haven't heard Kanye do like a telling someone else's story verse. For a while.
Yeah.
Like
all the lights.
Yeah.
What else? Yeah, he got a few of those tracks where it's like,
where it's not he's talking about someone else's shit, right? And he doing on, and I was like, oh, that's some old Kanye shit. Like, he really doing it. And I was like, oh, I really fuck with this song. And then Jay Electronica come on, and then Larry Hoover Jr. And I'm like, this nigga is really on some shit.
Yeah.
Like, and like I got like the Jesus part was really getting to me though. Like it has been. I'm telling you, because I'm walking around just humming this gospel music. But when I'm telling people the tracks I like, I'm leaving off the gospel song because I know that that's not what people fuck with. And I'm like, there's enough songs that I can point you to that ain't gospel.
Right.
Hurricane. I've waited since Yandy for Hurricane.
So what was Hurricane? Yeah. Because
80 degrees. Warm enough for me.
Yeah.
But he added The Weeknd on it. He had a little baby
That's
on
hard.
it. But you remember?
Oh, that sounds hard.
That's the beat from when Yandy was supposed to drop. When he first announced Yandy, he dropped a little disc. It was spinning, and that was the
okay.
that was playing. Was
Weeknd on that?
Weeknd wasn't on it. It was just Kanye singing 82 Degrees.
Yeah.
And I was like, I've been listening to that song. Like, even the snippet back then, I used to go back to his Instagram and just play that snippet, and I was like, I need this song. Please release this song one day. And I wanted it just Kanye. And then the Yandy leak is on the Yandy leak, and it's just Ye on it.
Okay.
And so when I heard it on here, when I heard the beat just start, and I was like, oh, well, he put this on the album. And then I heard Lil Baby on it, and I was like, oh, Lil Baby's murdering this verse. And then that was after the first listening. Then this nigga called The Weeknd in. And I don't even love The Weeknd like that, but The Weeknd knocked that joint out.
Yeah. And it's another feel good song. You know what it remind me of on the last album that I feel kind of free.
Yeah, Ghost Town.
Yeah, Ghost Town. Yeah. That it just kind of had that same like I said, man. Look, I don't go in with the purest intentions when I listen to music. I'm not gonna lie.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But yo, you lift me out. If you lift me out of my critic phase where I'm just enjoying the music, you won.
Yeah.
You won. I'm not sitting here thinking like, oh man, why he didn't do this with this verse? This, that, blah, blah. Like, yo, it's music. Did you enjoy it? Like, did you what feeling like remove Kanye West the entity from the sound. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because this dude is like, yo, he's good at a lot of things, but music is what he do.
He's so like
he can set up any song. He was setting up artists. If you realize the songs that this man has been a part of, that you even know he was a part of,
right?
Then add his. Because, I mean, look, you know, I don't want to go too far back, but, man, I went back and listened to B, Common, whatever.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, yo, like, this dude's career was on the edge of a cliff. And, you know, I know people loved Common before, but I didn't get into him till B, like that.
It's his best album.
And Kanye just, when he's steering the ship,
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he's current. Whenever Kanye is doing, he's current. I haven't heard him not be current.
He's beyond current.
He's ahead of the
curve. Yeah.
So man. I was gonna say too why I might be off on some of the, like, unless it's directly like the song is the hook.
Yeah.
Like the title of the song is the hook. I might, because I listened to it all the way through.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, if I felt it, I was like, oh, that felt good. Let me listen to it again. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was like, believe what I say. I was like, that got to be the Lauryn Hill song. But yeah, sometimes I'll be off on that. But man, like, I'm trying to think of a track that I was just like, no, I can't even think of a track that I was like, oh hell no.
I do not like New Again at all.
Like how New Again go?
That's like, I'll be like, hi, with a bunch of eyes, or like, hey, with a bunch of
that was clever. That was clever, though. That was clever.
I laughed at it. I thought it was funny.
He texts me WYD. I'm like, you better be like, don't be like, hey, like, be like, hey, with a bunch of Y's. I was like, yo, because I'm sorry. I felt that because, like, yo, man, if I'm going back and forth with my girl, be like, like, oh, like, hey, like, what's up? Oh, I'm done. Man, you don't even know, man. You be lucky if you get dot back from me.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So yeah, I felt that. Damn, bro.
That's listen. I like that. That is it's just my least favorite song on there, just because it's called "Make Me New Again," but it feels like the oldest song on there. It really feels like it's lifted straight out of graduation for me. It's grown on me, but it's like. That, like, if I'm going through and I'm being like, this song's okay for me, that's just the one that's okay for me.
Yeah, it was what song was Pop Smoke on?
Oh yeah, but that's kind of one that I don't even.
Was that Pure? No, what was that?
That's what's that called? Because like that's somebody was like, you know,
that beat was I would say my least favorite.
Television.
Yeah, Television. That was my least favorite beat.
Yeah, well, you know, I don't fuck with that whole sound anyway like that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Pop Smoke was cool. His first song, I really...
Oh, you don't fuck with Pop Smoke?
I fuck with Pop Smoke a little bit, but I'm not into that whole sound. I was in Brooklyn a couple weeks ago and like went up to the block party and these niggas was just like running that sound all day. Pop Smoke. Yeah, I fuck with Pop Smoke. I don't need that.
You don't need. You can do a song. You can't do a bunch of.
Yeah. So I was like, I ain't need it, but I don't consider that necessary. I still listen to it. I don't skip it. You know what I mean? I honestly, I've been listening to this on repeat. And I went when I was talking, I went away for like 2 days with my girl. And I was like, she ain't gonna let me listen to this album. I'm not gonna be allowed to listen to this album for 2 days straight like I want to. And so I would try to like switch it up and like put some different shit on. And if it was her turn to control, she would put the album right back on. And she started from the beginning, started at Donda, because I believe in that too. I started at Donda. I listened to the
Yeah, man, people hating on that. I'm like, come on, man. He done gave you so many different types of intros. Yeah. Like, is it that bad? It's like, an intro track.
It's an intro track, and then after that, it's him and Ho. So just
come on, man. Come on. Exactly, you know man.
So I'm like, but she kept putting it back on, and she was like, this album is good.
There it is.
And I listened to it as an album pretty much each time. Like every now and then, I just want to hear remote control. I just want to hear some other junk.
What I do is I believe what I say is my intermission track. Yeah. So I'll go back to, if I lose my place, I'll be like, where was I? You know what? I'm just go back to that. Go start over, and then I'll play it down all the way through.
But like that, and that to me, like, you know, people have been hitting me up going, all right, I listened to it like 5 times. I don't know if I like it. And I'm like, you can't listen to an album you don't like 5 times.
Yeah. That's very true.
Right.
That's very true.
I like this Drake album. There's some bangers on it, but the first time I listened to it, I'm like, I'm gonna force myself to listen to this 1 or 2 more times, maybe once. I don't think I'll ever listen to it. I listened to it today and fell asleep. But I'm like, I'm going to take the songs I like off of it, whatever. J. Cole, I have my J. Cole hate.
J. Cole. Yeah, I know you don't fuck with that. But come on, but you actually, I think I might be mistaken. I think I saw you comment something positive about the J. Cole album. No,
I commented something semi-positive. I think I said something like, "It's a good album."
Okay, I think because I was saying, I think I was just like,
it's just like I'm like, it ain't groundbreaking. I think everyone's completely forgotten about it by now. I think at the end of 2021, it'll be the least interesting project that's been dropped. Actually, no, that's not true because I think the off season is better than Certified Lover Boy. But I put Nas, Tyler, Kanye, Isaiah Rashad, all go above him. Baby Keem about to drop. Baby Keem going to be better.
Bro. Yo, I don't want to go too much into the other stuff, but Baby Keem, I tried not to like him. And I do believe that that's just Kendrick's like B stuff. Like whatever Kendrick was like, yo, I wrote half of this. I ain't really fucking with this. You want to do whatever.
But his shit before he even reached out to Kendrick is hard. He got an album from like 2018 that was on Apple Music. They released it and took it back. Joe's hard.
You know the truth, right?
Huh?
About Baby Keem?
What about him?
You know he's Kendrick Lamar's cousin.
I know
right?
he's his cousin.
They know before.
But he didn't reach out to Kendrick.
Bro.
This nigga, his family moved away.
Look.
And he didn't really fuck with Kendrick. And then he didn't send him music. He said, I ain't send him music till I got good.
I'm probably going to regret saying this because I feel like he's going to diss me personally. But I believe Baby Keem doesn't exist. I believe it's a collaboration. Baby Keem is dang, I'm trying to make a comparison. Baby Keem is the collective of Kendrick Lamar's stuff, right? And this person. This is like Ronald McDonald. Yeah. Ronald McDonald has never flipped a burger in his life. Yeah. But mind you, even though Baby Keem said in the rap, he said, "How y'all be acting like I don't be writing my raps?" I'm like, "Cause you don't." Like, go. They caught, whatever. Look,
I think
the gossip.
I think it's the opposite.
The opposite.
I think Kendrick is getting some sauce from Keem.
No way.
I think he's getting some sauce off Keem. Even at what's that, John? It was called last summer when I heard it. It was like Shaolin Temple. Now it's called something else, and Baby Keem's on it. Mm-hmm. But have you heard that, John? Give me my fade. I want my fade.
Yeah. Give me a fade. Yeah.
So the first time I heard that was just Kendrick on it. Like somebody, the dude here, he got it last summer, and then I heard Keem on it. Mm-hmm. But before I heard Baby Keem on it, I just heard that, John, and I was listening to Baby Keem back then. And I'm like, yo, this sound like Baby Keem. Mm-hmm. This don't sound like Kendrick. It sound like Keem. And I was like, Kendrick is taking some Keem sauce.
That's how you interpret that?
Yeah.
No. You haven't heard the term called reference tracks.
Okay.
Reference track. That was a reference track you heard.
Right.
You heard Park?
Nah.
It's a song like, I forgot. I get money. Bitch, can you see him? I will park your ass. I will park your... Bitch, I'll park your ass. Yeah. That's Kendrick Lamar. It was a Kendrick Lamar track. And there was nothing on it. And it was like, yo, Kendrick dropping music? No, this don't sound like Kendrick. This sound like Baby Keem.
Either way.
Maybe he was sending the track to him and it was like, you know what I mean? But you know what? Like I said, regardless, once again, that's my opinion. What I do when I listen to music, I remove my opinion and I listen to it. And did I enjoy it?
Yeah.
I enjoyed the fuck out of Baby Keem. So however the fuck that stuff is getting through, and he keeps me current because I don't even like modern artists like that. And Baby Keem, man, I'm like, yo, I be like, yo, this dude.
I'm excited. He been promoting his album. I think it's coming out next month.
I'm on it, bro.
I think that's going to wipe J. Cole is going to be an afterthought at the end of the year.
But you know what, J. Cole. I first of all, I like the album. I'm technically a J. Cole fan. I'm not a fanatic, but I am a fan. I'll say that he's made this. I feel like he's made this mistake before, but whatever, it doesn't matter. He tends to be the first of a long string of good albums,
right?
And I won't say forgotten, but I'll just say that it's hard because even with the dropping with no promotion or nothing like that, he did it first, and then Beyonce did it. Okay. You know what I'm saying? But once Beyonce did it, it was like, J. Cole who?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And even, I remember one, like he dropped, when Forest Hills dropped, he dropped that, because that's actually the first album I liked of J. Cole's. I didn't like it.
It's the only album that I think is good.
I know you're going to get all this from you.
And I think it's the weakest year in rap. If you go back and look at that year in rap, it's such a bad year.
But he dropped that, like, I think it was December of 2014. And then look, right after that, Big Sean dropped. That was 2015, by the way.
Yeah.
Drake dropped.
Yeah.
Big Sean dropped. Like debatably to me, their best albums.
Yeah.
And then Kendrick dropped. So you literally had J. Cole, the front runner of like the three biggest artists at that time.
Yeah.
And he had no features. Drake. Big Sean's first song was Blessings on Dark Sky Paradise, which, that blew everything he was doing at that time.
Yeah.
Then Drake had If You're Reading This Is Too Late. Yeah. Like I said, that's the only Drake album I can. Yeah. I might as well switch topics at this point. I cannot listen to a Drake album all the way through. I've tried and I've tried. Drake actually is one of my favorite artists. I cannot listen to his albums. He don't
make good albums.
It's and I've submitted to the fact that he makes the albums for women.
Right.
And that's what they're into.
Yeah.
But I can't listen to that many soft songs in a row. I'm like, dude, when I listen to a rap album, and like Kanye actually fits in that. Because Kanye, he'll make a bunch of songs, then he'll bring me something. Like I said, 4 songs. First of all, Jill, still a rap song, even though it's kind of slow. Gabriel and this, Chandy, what was it? Off the Grid, we in it now. Seatbelt on. Yo, I'm ready, bro. This is a rap album. I'll leave it.
Right.
Even as a gospel album, it's still a rap album. I'm in it.
Right.
Drake, man, he'll have you holding on and on and on.
Bro. He started this album with the one John was good, and after that I was like, what is this, like 4 or 5 soft ass shits in a row?
Don't let me, you already, girl, I saw you. I'll be like, yo, that's too much. That's too much. I can't, I will never heavily evaluate an R&B album the way I would a rap album.
Right.
So I can't even, it's like, you don't even, like, you breathe into the breath. And be like, no reading. Like, nigga, you don't exist. You're dead.
Right.
That's how I feel about Drake's albums. But I'd say, because I remember Views. I will never wait for an album the way I waited for Views.
Yeah.
Views, because if you're reading this too late, was supposed to prepare for that.
Right.
And when I'm like, yo, if this is the appetizer, I'm like, Views, like, y'all niggas better be afraid.
Yeah.
And, Views, I promise, people be mad at me, but Popstar, which was, supposed to be with Drake and, with Kanye and Jay-Z, only album out of the entire, and, was that Views? No, that was the only thing out of that.
Yeah.
Only thing out of that.
Views had a few Johns I like.
Not for me, bro.
But like every Drake album, I'm always just like, all right. Like I said it before this one. I said I know exactly what I'm going to do because it's the same thing we do for every Drake album. Mm-hmm. You go through and listen to it once if you can.
Yeah.
You take the bangers off of it.
Yep.
And that's all. And you don't even have to listen to the album for that because the radio is going to give you all them shit.
Yep.
You going to get everything that you want out of Drake off the radio. Mm-hmm. And everything that you don't hear on the radio, you're not hearing it for a reason.
Man, I can't do it, bro. I can't do Controllers and One Dance. Like you call it an album? Like, bro, like I'm not gonna do that. So with Certified Lover Boy, this is what I was hoping. Which to me, he gave us more of the same. I'm not gonna heavily critique the album because I only listened to it one time through, but he gave us more of the same in the sense of like, predictable features. Like it just was what you expect.
Like, oh, Drake and Future? Yeah, nigga, obviously.
Again. But I thought he was, which he was to a degree, but not in the way I was hoping for. I thought he was trolling.
Yeah.
Certified Lover Boy, I feel like that's the dig. Like, if somebody want to get under Drake's skin, if you be like, oh, you just a lover boy, you just make songs for women. Yeah. I thought he was going to be like, yo, I'm going to make the hardest rap album
that's what I really hope
ever.
Too. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And no, he
made a Drake album.
He made a Drake album. I think he played up his corniness. I saw the video this morning. Did you see the video?
Yeah, I watched the video.
Yeah, he's played up his corniness. I don't even know what to do with this. I don't know. I know he's dissing a lot of people, but I'll be honest, I'm just not as interested because it's not a hardcore rap album, which, I understand. They're not even making those these days. But, when Kendrick dropped, it's going to be like, yo, but I do just give Drake this credit, and I'll leave this whole Drake conversation alone. Drake has bodies. He's actually has rappers that he's bodied multiple, or at least he got in the ring with. I'll even say that much.
He's got in the ring.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out to me today or yesterday after listening to this one is that Drake has lost every beef except for Meek Mill. Every other joint he catch an L on because he who
Common.
Okay.
Yeah, Common.
Did he really go with Common?
Common started it. And Drake, and that was the line. He had a couple. Every time he say rapping about rappers getting old is even getting old. Like, and then he also said, Damn, I can't remember the line he said, but he said it was in the song. Well, you wasn't with me, you was shooting in the gym. When Rick Ross said that, yeah, he was on a little tirade with him.
Yeah, I can't wait for Drake to be old in like 4 years, and all the young rappers just using his lines back on him because he always shitting on old niggas like he 37.
Yeah,
you like, oh, you 44, nigga. That's about to be you, bro. When you know how you think time work, you about to be an old nigga, and these young niggas gonna come at your head.
You know who regretted that was The Game.
Yeah,
because he said you 36 and you still rapping. No, he said you 38, you still rapping. He said I'm 26. So where's the dubs?
Yeah,
it's like now I don't even know. I think Game is like he 40 something.
Yeah. 40 something. He manages to be as corny as Drake while still being hard.
Yeah. I agree with that. Yeah. But
we can leave that alone. We got a couple minutes left.
Okay.
What are your top tracks on this album?
Top tracks on this album.
Go top 3.
Man,
it's hard.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that for last. Because if you would have said that started with that would have been the whole
talk.
Yeah, man, it's forever changing right now. But I'm gonna say, believe what I say.
Okay.
Just because it just hit me, man. Like I just like I'm telling you, I reject. I'll be like, nah. Then they be like, okay, you good. You down. I say, believe what I say. Let's see. Off the Grid. You say top 3?
Top 3.
Top 3. Off the Grid. Man, I would say Jail, but I wanted more from the chorus. Chorus. And I even give the Baby credit because
his verse is good.
They should have just put
both of them on
this one track because it is no reason for it to be a part 2 for that at all.
And I like the other part 2's better. I like the Juniata part 2, and I like the OK part 2 because Shinsi or whatever she is.
Yeah. Dang, that's so hard. To me, these songs are together. Like, okay. I wish you to split that in half. Let's see. Dang. Okay. Without wasting time. Dang.
Oh, I think I got my 3.
Believe what I say. Okay, Off the Grid and dang. I don't want to regret what I'm about to say. Okay, I guess.
Okay. I think I'm gonna go Pure Souls.
Pure Souls.
Cause I really like that. It ain't how it used to be. This a new me, so get used to me.
That's hard.
Yeah. It ain't how it used to be. This new me, so get used to me. Looking in the mirror is the truth for me.
Hey.
Looking at my kids is the proof for me. Devil get behind me, I'm loose, I'm free. Oh, that shit. I'm like, nigga.
Come on.
That one almost get me every time to go to God
Come
too.
on, man.
Off the Grid. And man. The third, like, it's hard.
That's hard.
I like
my answer's gonna change. That's why I'm like.
Oh, and then remote control. Remote control.
Really?
Yeah, that
okay.
It sticks with me.
Yeah, I like remote control, but you know what? I mean, remote control doesn't really have any competition if that's what you're looking for. Like that type of sound, like on here. So yeah, like I said, that's 808s all the way. Like it's just you know. What do you think of Soulja Boy? You heard about that?
Soulja Boy. And if y'all don't know, Soulja Boy, after he dropped the album, him and Chris Brown both started talking. Chris Brown was like Kanye a ho-ho and then deleted it because he remembered who the fuck Kanye was.
Come on, man.
and then Soulja Boy, this nigga lost his mind. He spent 2 days trolling. He said he was supposed to be on remote control.
Right.
And Kanye took him off remote control.
You heard the verse?
I heard the verse.
I would have took his ass off too.
What was this nigga? Hey, here's the shit. So he goes, I was supposed to be on remote control. I said, nigga, there's been 3 album listenings.
Yeah.
And I heard you once. When did you get the impression that you was going to be on remote control? Because he never put you on. He put Kid Cudi on it. And took Kid Cudi off. And Kid Cudi, he did an album with Kid Cudi.
Yeah.
And he still took Kid Cudi off that joint. So Soulja Boy, with that the first listening to the beginning of it, I couldn't even tell what was going on. I was like, this sounds crazy. And then the rest of it, I was like, well, why would you think that belonged on? And then he's like, I'm dropping a Kanye West disc. This nigga didn't even get his album out on time. I tried to listen to it after Drake. I was like, I'm listening to music. Let me throw Soulja Boy on.
Oh, Soulja Boy had an album out?
Yeah, Soulja Boy was supposed to drop yesterday. Soulja Boy thought he was going to drop the same day as Drake. Anybody was going to listen to it.
Oh, come on. Don't do that to yourself, Soulja. You should be grateful to even be in the conversation.
The album is out. Swag 4.
Swag 4?
Swag 4.
Yo, did this album come out in 2008? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing, Soulja?
He is latching on to all he had.
Yeah.
And knowing that the only way that people give a fuck about him is if he creates controversy.
Yeah.
That's it. And he knows who else to latch yourself on but Kanye. He got the stem player and just added his own verse into the Kanye West stem player. Is what he did. Because he wasn't on that album.
I wonder now how hard is he trolling? Do you think? I mean, obviously he's not that crazy. I mean, what if this was all made up? You believe it's all made up?
I think it has to be all made up.
No way.
Because here's the thing.
No way.
Even if Kanye West, right? Because the email he shared was, or the text he shared was Kanye being like, yo, I want you on the album. All right, great. Yo, this verse is crazy. One, it might not all be made up because he's sharing the text messages. Kanye might have disputed it. Here's why I think did you read the text messages? Okay. So it's Kanye being like, yo, what's up? Can you do the verse? All right. He sends it back. Yo, this is crazy. What are you doing? Can you come to Atlanta? And Soulja Boy's like, I don't know. I might have some stuff to do. Let me see. Oh,
that was you getting taken off the album right there.
Right there. As soon as Kanye was like, yo, can you be here?
Yeah.
And you was like, oh, I don't know. Let me see. He was like,
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah. You know, that nigga's bipolar. You know what I mean? Ideas he got going through his head, he just forgot you.
Yeah, like
completely.
All right, done, nigga. Like
he forgot you.
Everybody pulled up to Atlanta. You did it? Okay.
Okay, yeah.
Bye, nigga. So I think that's like really when he just went off. Yeah. And then beyond that, the next message though was also like, yo, I want to work with you on some of this Gap shit. You know, I think you do some other shit. And Soulja was like, all right, cool. Okay. And then Kanye was just like, all right, are you in LA? Can you come to LA? I can pull up on you. And Soulja again was like, all right, let me see. I'm like, all right, nigga, bye.
Yo, he's tripping. That's exact, man. Come on, bro. Yeah. First of all, Kanye shouldn't even be returning your text messages or calls. So, you should just be fortunate. But whatever, bro. You got it. Let's see what happens.
And then also, besides that, even if he did leave him off the album, if he said, yo, I want to work with you on some other shit.
Come on, man.
Shut the fuck up.
Come on, man.
And wait for that next opportunity, my nigga.
You know how many times Kanye's like, yo, that's going to happen in business. You know what I'm saying? It's fine. It's fine.
Now you posting pictures of him and his wife and all this other dumb shit trying to get attention and all this shit. Like you fucking your own bag up. This nigga's a multi-billionaire. Right, like Soulja Boy gonna act like he got money. Maybe he got 100 million. Maybe
off his game system.
Maybe
his stolen game
maybe.
system. You can get that down at the Santee Alley.
So you gonna mess with Kanye and Kanye doing like that is goofy to me.
Yeah, of course it is. But it's like I said, that's how Soulja gets get the conversation going. You know,
Soulja Boy.
It's a what you call it. A novice troll messing with a veteran troll. Yeah, right. Like you ain't gonna out troll Kanye, bro. Yeah. It is what it is. But Soulja, you know what? It's crazy as it sounds. I actually could use a Soulja Kanye collab though. I wouldn't
be mad at it.
Yeah, I think Kanye could use him, correctly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then also, look, Kanye made a song with Lil Pump. I used to use that as a criticism against Kanye because I'll be like, this dude, because he was going so hard on people, who around that time, because he was saying like people who were having sex out of wedlock or something like that. He's saying you couldn't be on the album. I'm like, hold on, wait, bro. 6 months ain't passed. You just dropped. You such a fucking hoe. Like
at the Pornhub Awards.
Yeah,
at the Pornhub Awards.
Let some time breathe before you're this holy.
Yeah, but because but you got him right before he went real Christian. He was in a wild place because the two songs you dropped was that You Such a Fucking Hoe and Ecstasy. Which
Oh,
is
he's talking about smashing the whole family.
the whole family.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
was
yeah,
wild.
yeah. He was wild, and that's probably where he was like, "Yo, what am I going through? I need Jesus. Like, I need Jesus bad. I'm losing it."
Then he told Kim, he was like, "Ain't that too tight?" And she was like, "Nigga, this how you met me."
Yeah, right.
Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
you mean? You know I'm a known whore.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's what.
tell me I can't wear tight
It's
clothes.
the whole family. We all hoes. Mom's a hoe. Everybody's a hoe. Dad's a hoe. Everybody a hoe.
Did you forget?
Yeah. Rob a hoe. We all hoes. The whole family. Yeah, but so I where was I at on that?
I just want to add this tag. My dad's a hoe. What do you think? No, but anyway, but yeah, I just think when it comes to Kanye, what he's willing to work, who he's willing to work with.
Yeah.
So Soldier was shooting himself in the foot. I mean, but maybe it is worth it. Like I said, it's hard for me to talk too much trash about somebody who's mildly successful.
Yeah.
But
and also Kanye West is very forgiving as well, so
Yeah, exactly.
He deeply believes. Like even in my favorite Kanye diss of all time for Drake is off of Ye. John like make no mistake.
Yeah, that's
he's like
yeah.
too old to fight you, too rich to fight you, too told I like you. Calm down, your light skin.
Yeah, calm down. That's why I was like, oh, that didn't even rhyme. That's why I was like, oh yeah, he's mad.
But that was like, he was like honest in it because he was like, truth told, I like you. Like, I don't even want to be doing this shit. Like I'm too old for this. I'm too rich for this. I like you.
Too
You
bold
like
to
skin.
type you.
Too bold to type you.
Yeah, then he but you know what though? I will say, because I don't like Drake albums. I don't like Drake albums. But on Scorpion, I had one song. I think I had more than one.
Yeah.
But I had one song. And that was like a 30-track album too. But he did drop 8 out of 10. That was a good diss.
Yeah.
That was a good diss.
Yeah. And 7 a.m. on Bridal Path he goes hard on them there too.
He said, "Too rich for who? You just got rich again."
Yeah.
Yo, I never been the type to make amends.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, all right. But with that being said, this Drake Kanye beef, man, it's going nowhere. Don't even. We're preparing for something that's not even going to happen. I mean, it's fan of a fan. You have to listen too hard to care,
Right.
And that's not a real beef to me.
And honestly, I think one thing, it is a sadder beef for Drake, because I think Kanye is Drake's favorite artist, right?
Yes.
He's said it so many times before. Like we all know that Kanye is Drake's favorite artist. He's a lot of artists' favorite artist. Like as we were saying, even with like Common, like artists would love to work with Kanye because Kanye can change your whole shit if he's focused.
Give you a sound.
Drake has to know that he's not the artist that Kanye West is. And they have this like personal beef or whatever that they're going through. And Drake can spit his little bars or whatever the fuck. But at the end of the day, he knows he's never going to make an album close to Kanye West. He never has. He doesn't have the capacity to. Most people don't. No one really has the capacity to put out. If you want to be a hater, I'll say Kanye's got 8 out of 10 great albums. If you hating, no one has that.
I give him his credit.
Yeah,
I give him his credit.
And like we just both discussed, Drake does not have good albums.
That's not his thing. It's not his thing.
I mean, look, two different lanes. Yeah,
album covers. Maybe if you want to go there, or like rollouts. You know what I mean, or just hype in general. I give Drake all that credit.
Yeah,
but he's never delivered on the promise that is an album.
No.
He's never delivered.
No.
He's never delivered. Never been like, oh, this X album's going to be the biggest thing ever. Yeah. And it ends up being like, oh, well, it's okay.
He just got bangers. Like, even like I'm making a playlist for like a party, and I'm like looking for Drake songs, and I remember that like half the Drake songs you got to go to features for, because like it's all this, like when I think of a Drake song, if I think of a Kanye song, the album immediately pops into my head. When I think of a Drake song, for the most part, like it's just a Drake song. It's like a time, like that summer or whatever. It's not like, oh, this album had this John.
It tends to be the songs leading up to the album or the song right after the album.
Oh, Scary Hours is way better than this album.
Come on, that's funny. Scary Hours is 2 tracks, ladies and gentlemen.
Three
tracks. Sorry, 3 tracks. That's hilarious. But Laugh Now, Cry Later. Nice track, not on the album. I like Draft Day. I liked was it 0 to 100? That song banged harder than the entire album that it followed up after.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just how Drake is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's good at the hype part for the rap album, but not good at delivering rap albums. But hey, you know, he's
Drake's got a great song with Soulja Boy.
Nigga
We Made
Nigga
It.
We Made It. That's hard.
That's real hard.
I like the Jay-Z and Jay Electronica's version of that too. Like, he's spitting. Nigga We Made It.
Yeah. All right. That's a good place to wrap this up. Tell people where they can find you at.
Best place is at Jeremy Comedy on Instagram. On Facebook is J Scippio, Scippio. My actual website. When I update it, because I haven't updated it since COVID. My name, jeremyscipio.com. As far as dates go there, also, I'm about to drop an album. Not a rap album, comedy album. Another one, because I had another one. The last one's called, if you're reading this, it's too late. No, I'm kidding. It's called Happens to the Best of Us.
I'll listen to that on the road.
Huh?
I'll listen to that driving.
Oh, thanks, man.
Yeah,
Yo, I noticed one new spin. I was like, who listened to me in Wyoming? No, I was playing in West Virginia. Like, I got a West Virginia listener. But yeah, that's it. Yo, thank you guys.
As always, I've been Aston Wallace. You can find this at FPRK Radio. You can find me at Ash Ramon. You can follow this podcast on YouTube. What is it? Aston Wallace on YouTube. And we'll be back, I don't know, probably next week. There's a lot of, I want to get into a lot of political issues. There's a lot of things going on in the world right now, but this is a Kanye podcast at its heart, and I had to give y'all this Donda review. But go like everything, subscribe to everything. Also, September 8th, you can, my first show, producing the Cranes Comedy Show at 8th and Spring downtown. So pop in at Cranes Comedy. We'll be over there. And then other than that, I'll see you when I see you. Peace.
I never know what to do on sign outs. I just do like a mixture of whatever I've seen other people do. Yeah. Like whatever. I don't have one.